I've always been interested in sign language. I don't have any deaf or hard of hearing people in my life. I just see the language and appreciate the visual beauty of it. The term coda was something that I hadn't heard until I saw a commercial that Google produced in 2021 during the pandemic called A Coda Story. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend looking it up on YouTube. It was such a sweet and heartstring tugger that I forgot Google was trying to sell me something. I also realized that I never thought about the fact that there are children around the world who have deaf parents, and what kind of lives and challenges they must face. I discovered Brad Klein on Instagram. He's a coda, a comedian, and a digital marketer from Chicago. As many comedians do, Brad uses his life as a part of his stand-up routine, but he brings to light many challenges faced by the coda community, and so I decided to interview him. I've always prided myself on being a lifelong learner, so I chose this topic because I recognized that I had a very limited understanding of codas and wanted to understand the challenges or struggles they may face by having one foot in both the hearing and deaf communities. The first challenge I want to look at is, what is a coda? It's an acronym for Children of Deaf Adults, meaning either one or both of their parents are deaf or hard of hearing. A common misconception is that deaf people produce deaf children. It was one of the many persecutions deaf people encountered years ago when they weren't permitted to marry each other, but that's a whole another history lesson. In fact, about 90% of children born to deaf parents are hearing. The Survey of Income and Program Participation is one of the few national surveys that collect data regarding Americans with hearing loss or deafness. They estimate that fewer than 1 in 20 Americans are currently deaf or hard of hearing. And if 90% of the children of those deaf Americans are hearing, it's no wonder that Google's commercial and the movie Coda, that incidentally won 3 Academy Awards, was an eye-opener not only for me, but for many in the hearing community. Growing up as a hearing child who had deaf parents must have come with additional challenges beyond not knowing what a coda is. Few people will ever truly understand the challenges, but I hope to shed some light on a couple of them in the next few minutes. So challenge number 2. Being an interpreter for your parents. Many codas are expected to speak for their parents and convey complex information they may or may not understand. Young codas have not gone through the training to become certified ASL interpreters. One interview I read mentioned that when she was 4 years old, she was making basic phone calls like scheduling doctor's appointments for her parents. That's a lot of responsibility, trust, and maturity that many young children don't have, which forces them to grow up too quickly in many situations. Imagine being a child and having to go to the bank or the hospital or police station with your parents. Some of these situations can be very difficult even for older children to 100% grasp. In my interview with Brad, he said that many of his coda friends were expected to attend their parents' doctor's appointments, and he joked that he did not want nor need to know that much about his mother or her bodily functions. So challenge number 3, being a protector of your parents. Brad mentioned a strong desire, even at a young age, to protect and for the want to protect his parents. There's still so much prejudice against deaf people, the deaf community, and even at times codas. They feel the need to shield their parents from this. People are ignorant and can make comments that are rude, insensitive, and sometimes vile. Codas will at times not interpret comments or direct their parents away from situations where they feel that they may be uncomfortable or in danger. Another area of protection can be being the ears for your parents. Many homes of deaf individuals have supportive technology like flashing lights or vibration to alert them of a doorbell or a phone call. But what about in the community? At the grocery store, walking down the street? The coda has to be aware and help their parents when danger arises. Challenge number 4. I'm calling this a challenge in respect to the presentation, but I see this as an opportunity as well. Being an advocate in the deaf community. So growing up in 2 cultures gives them a unique perspective. Obviously, codas aren't deaf. They do have what many consider a deaf heart. Some codas even identify as deaf. Many codas have learned ASL as their first language and English as their second language. This duality in language and culture gives them a platform that few in the hearing or deaf communities ever have access to. Back in June, Brad had one of his videos on Instagram go viral. He was taking an international flight with his wife, wanted to watch a movie a few hours into the 8-hour flight, looked at the menu, saw there were 99 different movies, but only 5 had captions, and 3 of them were for the Fast and Furious franchise. His video to date has 4.7 million views. Several news agencies picked it up, and he only has 31,000 followers on Instagram. He mentioned that he's not the first person within the deaf community to speak up about this. In 2019, Marlee Matlin, Academy Award winning actress, tweeted about this issue on her Delta flight. That tweet got 40,000 likes and nearly 1,000 replies. Delta responded that most of their aircrafts have closed captioning content. Unfortunately, her flight had not been upgraded yet. Nile DeMarco, winner of Dancing with the Stars and America's Next Top Model, had a similar issue in 2015 with American Airlines. I was shocked to see their response to him. Closed captioning on small screens may cover the monitors. As if that was the reason to not have the captioning. CODAs can serve as advocates or allies, but Brad was very adamant to say that he does not want to be viewed as some kind of hearing savior, but someone who's standing side by side with people like Marlee and Nile. We all have different spheres of influence, and if we're all working together toward a common goal, then maybe we can get there. Now going back to the captions. There's several scenarios where captions can help hearing individuals as well. Not everyone on the airplane speaks fluent English. Maybe the captions could help with English comprehension. Or maybe you're a parent traveling with a young child and you can't completely lose yourself in the movie. You need to hear what your child is doing. The captions can help. It's like any other accommodation. It doesn't just affect one type of people. The positive effects of an accommodation, such as captioning, helps everyone. It's like the old adage, a rising tide lifts all boats. So as we come to the end, I want to recap our challenges. Recognizing what a CODA is, being an interpreter, being a protector, and being an advocate. There's so much more information out there about CODAs and their uniqueness of their situation. It would take a much longer presentation to tell you everything. Just know that this is by no means an exhaustive list of their challenges. Personally, I'm very happy to have met Brad throughout this process, and his life experience has helped me to view the deaf community in a different light, and I only hope to become more deaf-hearted in the future. Thank you.